Hello. Hello. Well, hello. Let me wait and give everyone a moment to pop on here real quick. Hi there, Pastor Mac. Thank you for joining. Happy Monday to you, sir. Can you hear me okay on this broadcast? Great. Thank you. Thank you. Please do share and invite your followers. Let's give people a few more moments to get on. Hi there, Benji. Hi there, Clinton. Hi there. God bless you all. Thank you for coming on. Enjoyed you, Clinton. That was really good. I like watching the books that you read, because leaders are readers, so very powerful. And I do intend to go back and get some of those books because it's just very good. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing with your followers, Pastor Mac. God bless you. And I will give people a couple more seconds to get on. But the title of today's scope, The 3 Signs of an Unhealthy Attraction. Hi there. Thank you. Thank you. I see AA Brit 221. Thank you for coming in. Yes. The 3 signs of an unhealthy attraction. And let me introduce myself. My name is Tanika Breeden. I'm an author, speaker, author of the book, Get Out of That Dead End Relationship Now. Hi there, Clinton. How are you doing? I enjoyed your scope. I don't know if you heard me the first time. It seemed like you popped in and popped back off. But I enjoyed your scope last night. You did an awesome job. And the books you had out there, I'm going to definitely pick up some of those. I went and saved them on my Amazon wish list while I was listening to the scope. Thank you, Pastor Mac, for putting the word out about my book. Thank you. Thank you. And so the 3 signs of an unhealthy attraction. There is a difference between an unhealthy attraction and an authentic relationship. There are clear warning signs when you're just intensely attracted to someone and whether or not you have the grounds for an authentic relationship. And so I don't have a lot of time, and I just wanted to hit that really quick. And please do share and invite your followers. So, all right. So the sign number one. Sign number one. I'm going to hit some examples from my book in this scope right here, because there are some things that I did that was a sign of an unhealthy attraction. So, but I have done a little bit of my book on some of my other scopes, but I'm going to hit a little bit here. So, number one, the first sign is when you have an intense attraction for someone and you act like a junkie. I'm just using it how it comes out. A junkie, when you're addicted to that person. When you act like that relationship becomes a drug of choice for you and you can't get enough of that person. Because we're using the relationship to fill holes and wounds in our soul instead of dealing with our own issue. And usually the stronger the attraction, the more intense it is. Even just the sexuality of it. If you're on that person like crack because of the dopamine, that's an issue. And usually the more intense that attraction is, obviously, sometimes the bigger the holes, the emotional wounds that you may have. And so we are using that relationship as a hole stuffer in terms of fixing the emotional wounds and holes in our soul. And of course, when sex is involved and there's a soul tie created, you actually become addicted to that person in some ways. And so the fantasies run rampant. And so it is a key differentiator between an authentic relationship that's based on sound and solid grounds as opposed to in a relationship that's just really intense. There's a difference. Yes, it intensifies with sex. There's a difference between emotional intensity and emotional intimacy. We confuse emotional intensity with emotional intimacy. And we think because it's so intense and the feelings are so powerful and so strong, and then when sex is added to it, it's even more powerful. We confuse that with emotional intimacy. Intensity and intimacy, 2 different things. And when it's an intense attraction, you don't know that person. You do not know that person, especially in the early stages. True love is based on knowledge of all that you know about that person, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yes, it clouds our judgment. Real love is based on knowing full knowledge of that person to the best of your ability with what you have. Not something that you get in a couple of weeks. Not something you get off a dinner date or coffee, meeting someone for coffee and sexuality in those early weeks. You're not going to get that. And so when these romances, they start off real high and strong, very infatuated, very intense, chemistry off the chain. It's like, wow, you feel like you've known this person. You've only met them. You've only been inboxing or whatever. You've met them and it's so high and so strong. Hi there, Kate. Thank you for joining. And it's so intense and so strong, and you feel like you've known them forever, but you haven't. And so when it wears off, when that highness wears off and the reality of life sets in, you look around. Hey there, how you doing? You look around and you realize you don't know that person. You don't really know them, and they can't really be there for you. Hi there, Fed. Hi there, Clinton again. You keep popping on and off. I hope it's not freezing really bad. And so how you know when you get into that place with that partner, you've had this intense attraction, and then the reality kicks in, the realities of life, the struggles of life. Hi there, how you doing? The struggles of life hit in, and you look around and you look at that person beside you, and they're not giving energy. They're not adding to your life. They're sucking energy from you. They're becoming a parasite instead of a purpose partner. Or you look at them and they're kind of like a pig. The Bible says, don't cast your pearls before swine, your pearls before pigs. Well, they would turn and rend you. So you can wind up with a parasite, somebody that's going to suck the life out of you instead of add to you and complement your life and complement your vision, your values, and your purpose. Or they will be sucking the energy out of you, and you look around, you're still doing life by yourself. You still don't have you confuse emotional intensity for Porky. Yes, people want to avoid the reality of things, and yes, you'll have Porky laying next to you grunting and being noisy, but they can't add to your life. And that's because we got caught up in the intensity. We got caught up in the chemistry. We got caught up in the dopamine, that chemical in our brain, that powerful hormone that our body gives off in sex. When we eat chocolate, when we want something, when we have something that we really like, we get that crack, that high. We live in a fantasy world. Absolutely. And so when you look around, you turn around, you're in the bed with a parasite. You're in the bed with a pig. You're not in the bed with a purpose partner. Hi there, Shan M. Thank you for joining. And so that's sign number one. I get in scientific. I don't know what you're saying. I get in scientific. But anyway, hi there. God bless you. So the first sign, a warning sign that you're in the throes of an intense attraction instead of an authentic relationship is just you're acting like a junkie. You're getting high off that relationship. That relationship has become, I still don't know what that means. You're going to have to explain what that means. You're going to have to explain what that means, Clinton. But you're high off that relationship, acting like a crackhead off the sex of the relationship. You're acting like a junkie. You're using the relationship to fix emotional wounds, to avoid dealing with your issues. And when you do that, and I am looking at my notes here, sometimes romances like this occur when we're on the rebound. And again, we use it to avoid really feeling our own pain and dealing with our own stuff. And again, I have one of my earlier scopes, make an appointment with your pain. Don't run from your pain. Don't repress it. Don't run from the top of it. Deal with that stuff that's bothering you. Deal with those unresolved issues and pains so that you're not coming to another human being to hide it and to covering it up. You're making up words. Okay. And once you deal with your pain and deal with it in a healthy way and become healed, you won't be so quick to get intensely attracted to people that's going to suck the life out of you. You won't attract another parasite. You won't attract a project. See, there's different categories, and I'm going to do another scope on pigs, on projects and parasites. You got partners that turn into be pigs, that turn into be parasites, and some are projects. People that we want to fix, help, and heal. People, you can't fix another human. You can help them, but they must choose to deal with themselves. And you don't want a parasite. You want somebody that will affirm you and give life to you and feed your energy and not take away and suck it. Yes, address, not suppress. That's right, Fed. Exactly. You address your pain. Don't suppress it. Don't use a relationship and the high and the intensity and the chemistry of a new relationship, that attraction, to cover up pain. That's number one. That's right. They provide resources. They have to take advantage. Number two, the second warning sign of an intense attraction that's not healthy is when you block out you put cotton in your ears and you block out the sound wisdom and the words of people that are close to you who care about you. When when people that know you and you know they know you and you know they love you can tell you, they're like, look, girl, something's not right about this relationship. Are you sure about him? I don't know, dude, something's not quite right about her. What's up with that? You know, something not too good. And you block it all out. You don't want to hear what they got to say. They don't understand. Because what we're special. God understand our heart. They just don't understand. He said he loves me and I love him. And yeah, he might have a few issues, but they just don't understand. They don't understand what we got. And these are people that have known you your whole life. And you know that they love you. I see these notes. Tell them the truth and they get mad at you or they're jealous. Sometimes, yes, sometimes the people who may ask you or question your relationship, there may be situations where they truly are jealous and don't have your best interest at heart. But for those people that have a track record, that you know that they care about you, and you know that they love you, and you know that they are wise people and that have the love of God in their hearts towards you, if they tell you something and you block it out, that's a sign. That is a sign that I might want to slow my roll. And when you consistently block out people that you know love you and care about you, and they're telling you that something's not right about this new person in your life, then you might want to pay attention. And when you choose not to, that's a warning sign that it's an unhealthy relationship. Yes, when we got the cotton in our ears, yes, we will. Yes, you're right. Yes. And we try, I'm not going to stress myself out. Yes, I hear exactly what you're saying. And so it doesn't matter that the person lies, that they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or they might be married, or their credit might be tore up so bad that they can't even get an account in their own name. The only thing they can get in their name is a Twitter account. We'll overlook all of that. Just because we're in love. And sometimes those on the outside can be more objective. That's right. They're not all caught up in their feelings, and they're not under the dopamine and the crack of the sex, that high, that intensity, because your brain, your everything about your brain chemistry changes when you're strung out in love like that. Hi there, Mr. Felix Anderson. God bless you. Thank you. Yep, I meant exactly what I said. The person lies. The person cheats. They can't even get anything in their own name except a Twitter account. And you're number two, your people that love you tell you something's not right with that person. And we still, thank you, Mr. Felix. God bless you for coming on in. Thank you for the hearts. We still will override the voice of common sense and wisdom from those that love us. That's number two sign of an intense attraction that's going nowhere, an intense attraction that is unhealthy and that is not an authentic relationship. God bless you. Thank you, Dr. Ridley, for joining. Let me reset real quick. My name is Tanika Breeden. I'm an author, speaker, author of the book, Get Out of That Dead-End Relationship Now, A Christian Woman's Guide on How to Get Real, Be Healed, and Move On. And I'm hitting on the 3 warning signs of an unhealthy attraction. We said number 1, you act like a junkie over the relationship. That relationship becomes your fix, your high. That relationship is filling and whole stuff in the emotional holes in your soul and your emotional wounds. And you're using that relationship as a mayonnaise to cover up. We mistake emotional intensity for emotional intimacy. That's warning sign number 1, intensity over intimacy. And number 2, we cancel out the sound wisdom from people who love us, who are telling us, girl, that mess is jacked up. Dude, something wrong with her. We block it out. God understands. God knows our hearts. We got great chemistry. I prayed about it. God told me he was my husband. All that kind of stuff. And people that love you. And then in my personal experience, like in my book here, my mom was the one. My mom was the voice of truth. I remember clearly one day I got a phone call and Mama was like, Tanika, I've been really praying about this situation, and I really feel like God has led me that I just really need to talk to you about this situation, about your relationship with him. His name was Ricky. And she was like, something's not right about him. And I love you, but just something's just not right about this relationship, Tanika. And I really want you to look at this. I just don't think, she went on into her detail as to what she felt. And I listened to her, and I was respectful to her, but I didn't end the relationship. I didn't end it. I had to see for myself because, I was in denial. And I wanted to use faith and call those things that be not as though they already were. I wanted to stand on the word of God to bless mess that God did not ordain. Because see, what God ordained, he will sustain. And when God sent, I won't have to chase it, and I won't have to be compromised. And so I did not listen to the voice of my mom. And it kept me in that relationship another, maybe, I want to say it was another 2 more years after that. Hi there, Bama Diva. I think that's Frida. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on. I didn't listen to my mom, and it cost me another 2 more years of spinning around in circles, being in limbo land with that man. All because I did not listen to my mama. And I know my mom loves me. My mother is a wonderful woman of God. And she has always, when it came to issues and matters of the heart, she was always, thank you. How are you doing today, Lisa? Thank you. God bless you for joining. When it came to matters of the heart and her discernment, mom was right on point. But I was the one who chose to block out sound wisdom. And it cost me significantly. So number 2, that's the number 2 warning sign of an unhealthy attraction. When you're blocking out the words of advice from people that you know love you. When you're blocking out and they can see that relationship you're in is a hotmess.com and you're blocking it out. You're blocking out what they're saying. That's a sign. And number 3, the last one. The number 3. Again, the quickness and the intensity. It's the deranged love train. You're on that love train of fantasy land. You've just been inboxing them on Facebook and DMing them on Instagram for a couple of weeks. You've barely met them good. Now you're head over heels in love. You're talking marriage. You're talking babies. You're in fantasy land. If you're a woman, you're already practicing writing your last name as his last name. You're all having these conversations that should not be held in the first few weeks of a relationship when you're just getting to know someone. All up in fantasy land. That's right, Dr. Ridley. Yes, we do it. Us females, we're doing it. We meet somebody, and I said this in one of my other scopes. We'll meet someone for coffee, and in our minds, we've already met the pastor. We've already gone to church together. We already got married, went on the honeymoon, bought a house. We done had 2 babies, and it's just the first coffee date. It's just the first sip and see. I call it sip and see. Hi there, Osizi. Thank you for coming on. God bless you. Thank you for inviting your followers. Please do that, and thank you. And y'all follow Osizi. He's got a new book out, The 50 Keys to Your Destiny. I believe that's the name of it, so go ahead. Yes, that could be a psychopath. Sip and see. When we meet for coffee, I call it a sip and see. We sipping and we gonna see. But I'm not gonna get feelings. I'm not gonna get feelings based off a sip and see meeting. I'm just sipping and I'm gonna see what you look like. I'm gonna see. That's right. And so, yes, you need patience. You need discernment. Don't go down that fast love train so quick. Use wisdom. Use sound judgment. Love is not the entire basis that you have an authentic relationship with. Because every person that I've had a dead-end relationship with, I love them. And love did not sustain it. And I know I'm controversial. I know that's a controversy. You need more than love and feelings to maintain a relationship. You need wisdom. What does the Bible says? I cannot remember that scripture in Proverbs, but by wisdom a house is built and established. It didn't say love. It didn't say love. By wisdom. By wisdom, a woman can build up a home with wisdom, and she can tear it down with her hands. A foolish woman. It didn't say love. You got to have wisdom. You got to have knowledge of the opposite sex. You got to know your purpose. You got to operate in vision. You got to know your values. You got to be walking in a level of victory. So I have a scope, the 3 V's of a relationship. That person needs to have your value system. That person needs to have their vision intact for their purpose in life. And they got to have victory in their personal areas where they've struggled. You got to be overcoming. You got to have some healing going on. You got to be ready for a relationship. Love and feelings and the tummy. I got the flutters and I feel the tinglies and they turn me on and I'm attracted to them and the chemistry is great. That's not going to sustain your relationship. That will not sustain your relationship. And any relationship that's founded so fast, so quick. I also call this, I've heard the phrase, fast forwarding and future faking. If you're in a relationship and that person starts talking about getting married in a week, If you're in a relationship and all of a sudden they want to pony boat and showboat you around to their family, and you want to all of a sudden bring them around your children and you've only known them a couple of weeks, come on. Yes. Yes. You have to take your time. Take your time. Do not let any man or woman fast forward the relationship. Allow the relationship to unfold as it should, so that you can maintain your discernment, so that you can go into it prayed up, so that you can be ready and thinking in your right mind, having the Spirit of God and the Spirit of wisdom. But when someone tries to run you real fast and push it forward real fast, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. And sometimes we're so caught up, especially us women, I'll be the first to say, we're so glad to go on a date. We're so glad that somebody giving us attention. And sometimes we're so starved for attention that we allow that. We allow ourselves to be fast forwarded. We allow the future to be faked. Men are too. It's fast forwarding and future faking. Don't fast forward a relationship prematurely. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not wise. It's not wise. Time always tells. Let time tell it. Time talks. Time talks. Let time tell it. Let time tell it. Because time will talk when you let that relationship unfold naturally as it should without fast forwarding it. And so that's basically what I wanted to come into. And again, even in that, you're setting yourself up for unneeded headaches. Even in the situation like with my book and other situations that I've been in, where within the first couple of weeks, already talking about marriage, already acting like it's going to be something, and that's too much. Take your time. Take your time. And so it was very whirlwind, lots of fantasy, let your mind go places where it should not go. Extremely dangerous place to be. And like I mentioned before, the test of love is a test of knowledge. True love, and let me read this, love grows out of an appraisal of all of the known characteristics of the person. How well do you expect to know a person that you have all these feelings for? And see, one of the key components of infatuation and these unhealthy attraction is that feeling that you've known someone forever and ever. And it's absolutely not true. It takes time. It takes time. You got to be rooted in who you are and know who that other person is. A biblical example of an unhealthy attraction is Samson and Delilah. Look over in Judges and look at Samson and look at Delilah, and you have a very prime, pure example of an unhealthy attraction that it was truly unhealthy because it led to his demise. It led to the loss of his strength. Yes, it led ultimately to his death. That was an example of an unhealthy attraction. And Samson felt like he loved her. But when I look at it, I see some very just infatuation. He was infatuated with her and he did not love her. And she was very upfront that she wanted to know the secret to his strength. And he allowed her in to take that information from him. And so I heard Pastor Chance say this. This is Pastor Chance here in North Carolina. He says the quality of love depends on the lap you lay on. The quality of the love in your life depends on the lap you lay on. And Samson laid his head on Delilah's lap and got his head cut off. Yes. Yes. Samson is spoken of later, someone whose passions caused him to fail God. Yes, and in the end, he redeemed himself, but it cost him. It cost him his life. So the quality of the love you receive depends on the lap you lay on. You have to know who it is you're getting close to. You need to know who it is who's in your ear and who's in your head. And Samson got in his ear. Delilah got in Samson's ear, his heart, his head, and wound up stealing and taking all of his strength. And so true love, this whole idea of falling in love, true love does not make you fall. In true, real love fills you and lifts you up. It fills and fulfills and lifts you up and makes you more and better of who you already are. A real love, a real purpose partner will make you more of will help you to become more of what God called you to be, will accentuate and complement your life purpose, not steal from it, not drain it, not be a parasite, not be a pig, not be a project, but a true purpose partner. Yes. Yes. They will add to and complement your life. So you don't fall. Love will never cause you to fall. I fell in love. No, you fell in lust. Lust is not going to have you falling down. Love is a conscious decision made, not an emotional experience. Now, there can be emotions attached with love, but real love is love regardless of the emotional feeling. And so we tend to emotionalize it, and we tend to confuse. We lower the value of love. When we make love all about attraction and attention. And that was one of my shortcomings. I mean, just like everybody else, I'm attracted to you. You're giving me attention. I'm falling in love already. And so real love is about authenticity and accountability. I need to do a scope on that. It's beyond attraction and attention. We want the attraction. We're attracted and we're getting the attention. But real love is authentic. It's genuine. It has the love of God. It has sacrificial component to it. It goes the distance, and it is accountable. It is accountable to growth. It's going to be, that person will be accountable to you. You shouldn't be wondering when they're going to return your text message. You shouldn't be wondering if they're going to show up, if they're going to return your call, if they're going to stand you up, if you got to worry about all these other women and men and all this kind of foolishness. You're not going to have that in real love. Real love is accountable, it's genuine, and it's authentic. Infatuated love based on intensity, based on chemicals, based on sexuality and chemistry. That love is based on attention and simply the attraction. And we want to come up higher. We want to come up higher. Yes, integrity. Real love will look like the love of God. You'll have the attraction there. Not saying that we're not discounting attraction, because there is healthy attraction, and real love will have the components of a healthy attraction, but it will also have the authenticity. It will have accountability. It has the trustworthy factor. Yeah, it's hard to get rid of a parasite. That's right, Frida. Absolutely. We attract parasites when we allow ourselves to get caught up in the intensity. And we forfeit true intimacy, because authentic love will have that intimacy. That person will see you, but you'll have that psychological visibility where they see you at your soul level and you see them at the level of the soul. And there's no shame. There's transparency. That other person is fully into the relationship, just like you're fully into the relationship. They're not checked out somewhere. And the minute the going gets rough, because that person is emotionally immature or they haven't dealt with their hurts, then they'll check out of the relationship, and you're left holding the bag. You're left trying to get it back to the high that it was at in the beginning. And again, as a woman, I've been guilty of that, where I'm perpetually and forever trying to get the relationship back to the way it was when we first met each other. And you can't live. That's unsustainable. You cannot sustain that. And so real love knows that. Real love is going to have you in a place where it's sustainable peace, sustainable growth as a person. The other person is growing and changing. You're growing and changing. You're growing together. You're holding hand to hand in the process of growing in life together, functioning and flowing in purpose together, not having one person being a parasite sucking all the energy, the other person not even in the relationship at all, totally checked out. That's the kind of stuff you attract when you base it off this intense feeling. You attract parasites, you attract pigs, you attract partners. When I say projects, not partners, you attract projects. So I will do a scope on parasites and projects. You have the parasite boyfriend or girlfriend. You have a project boyfriend or girlfriend. Sometimes you have pigs, just straight up pigs. So don't cast your pearls before swine. Swine. Okay, I will do that. And so again, a true love, I'm going to read this note that I have. True love can be held accountable because it's trustworthy. You got to have trust in true love. And see, when you have these intense attractions for people, parasites, pigs, and projects, see, now y'all going to make me do it. Y'all going to make me do it. I am going to do it. I learned that from Jerry Flowers, and also someone else, Pastor Chance Lynch here in North Carolina. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We're going to be talking about parasites, pigs, purpose partners, and project boyfriends. And again, true love can be held accountable. True love is trustworthy. Authentic relationships have that foundation of authentic love. They're genuine and is based on trust and trustworthiness. And to the degree that a person can receive the love of God for themselves, and to the degree that a person can be honest with themselves and learn how to receive the truth about themselves, which means, my handle is get real, be healed. The deeper I can get real and be healed and heal myself is the more I'm able to be a really good purpose partner for someone. Right? The more healed I am, the more honest I am about my weaknesses, my struggles, my flaws, my little jacked up squirrely stuff, all of my jacked up stuff. The more honest I can be about it with God and with myself, then that increases my chances of really being able to have and attract a real, true, authentic love. But if I'm still running and shucking and jiving from my own issues, if I'm still trying to chase and hunt behind a man because I don't want to be by myself, and I'm still falling into these attractions and chemistries and huffing around for a man, and using spiritual reasons to satisfy my flesh, sitting up in church like I'm looking for God and there for God, but I'm really there for a man, all that kind of foolishness. As long as I'm still in that place, chasing hump. Oh my goodness. If I'm in that place, then I'm not ready for real love. But if I'm at the place where God has processed me, and I have been dealing with my stuff, I have been dealing with my stuff, and I'm not huffing and puffing and chasing, but I'm like making my appointment with my pain. I'm dealing with my stuff. I'm journaling. I'm in prayer. I'm in the word. I'm getting counseling. I'm getting coaching. I'm going through this painful process. I'm going through my hell in the hallway. I'm taking my cross and learning and being honest with myself. Then I can be honest and have an honest relationship with the honest person. But as long as I'm in self-delusion, self-denial, running from myself, yeah, the hardest challenge for me being single, I would say probably not feeling seen. It's not, it's having a psychological visibility, wanting a companion that truly sees me and understands me, and having someone to actually go through life. And when you see me, and I can tell you my shame and you still love me the same, and we can walk through life together. To me, that's the hardest part, but actually being alone and enjoying my life, I do that very well. So all right. So what other questions do you all have? And now you guys got me out here having to do pigs and project partners and parasites and all of this stuff. So all right. So again, for those of you who may be watching this on the replay, my name is Tanika Breeden, author, speaker. And again, I encourage you to go to the link in my bio, bit.ly/I want my peace. I have an audio teaching on the 3 signs of a toxic relationship. Not this is a little bit different. The signs of a toxic relationship, the subtle signs of that is very different than this. What should you say to singles who feel left out? Wow, that's a good question. But again, going back to really establishing who you are, focusing in on your purpose, what God has called you to do, is a key to that. And I'm going to miss this question. Is it true that a man can't truly? That is true. That is true. I do believe that is true. If you haven't received the love of God for yourself first, if you can't even obey your creator or obey God, then how are you fit to have a wife? Right? And going back to the first question about feeling left out, if I'm not ready to serve and submit for God's vision of my life as a single woman, how am I going to submit and be a helpmeet to a man? I don't know how to submit to God. How am I going to submit to a God-honoring man that's under God, and I haven't even learned how to do it while I'm single? So in that single season of feeling left out, learn how to submit to God's will. Learn how to flow in the purpose, the gift, the talent, the dream, what he's given you to do while you're single. And so that you're built up in that area, and you are not, then the minute you get married, now you want to go out. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for that, Kay. Now you want to go out and do your purpose now that you got your man. Already be flowing in it. If you can obey God, you'll be able to attract a man that's hearing from God. You want a man that hears from God, that obeys God, that listens to God, that not only can hear. There's a lot of men who hear God talking to them, but they won't obey. You want a man that hears and obeys, right? You don't want someone that's going to disobey the voice of God, and now you're stuck on a boat like, what's his name, Jonah, going to Nineveh because he's disobeying God. You don't want to be like that. So it's important as a single woman, if you feel left out, to submit to God's vision and purpose for your life. Flow in your gifts, flow in your talents, go on that mission trip, serve people, serve God, be in that flow, because when the queen is ready, the king will appear. You won't attract a king level purpose partner if you're not in your purpose. And when you're flowing in your purpose, you won't be feeling left out because you'll be too busy to feel left out. See, like, I'm doing what God called me to do. I'm out here scoping. I don't care if it's 3 people, 6 people, 2 people. I'm going to keep doing what I'm supposed to do. Married people act scary around me. Why? Why should they act scary unless they're insecure about their own marriage? That's a whole different scope right there. That is a different scope. So flow in your purpose. You want someone that's already doing what God called them to do when you meet them. You don't want somebody that's not doing, that's running from God. Both of you should be operating in vision and in purpose when you meet each other, so that when you come together, it's complementary and conducive, and you can serve and help uplift each other and take it to the next level. But if you're still scrapping around, struggling, feeling left out and lonely, you're going to keep attracting someone else that's the opposite. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You see, I don't know, they just get nervous, and then I'm not, oh my God, and then I'm not going over their house long. Wow. I don't understand what that is. I don't understand what that is unless they're insecure in some kind of a way. But I believe, I've covered everything today. My intention, so I don't fool with them anymore. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So my intention is to be back out here Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shan. God bless you. I will be pleased to check out my other scopes. Please do share and invite your followers on this. Hopefully they'll come back and catch the replay. And God bless you. I'll be out here Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I think I'm going to talk more about what an authentic partnership looks like. And I may revise it and go back and hit my pigs, my parasites, and my projects. So how do we determine and discern between those? So I will go back and do that. So God bless you. Hi, so beautiful. Thank you for coming in, except I'm getting ready to get off, so you might want to catch the replay. Thank you, Pastor Matt, for your support. I missed all of your comments, but thank you for always being here to support. Yes, we are all on the journey, and we want to have healthy relationships. No offense to the marrieds. We want to have healthy relationships. We don't want to keep getting okay, all right then. Yes, please do. Please do be back on. I'll be here Wednesday at 1 o'clock and also Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So definitely come back. Definitely catch the replay. Definitely go back and look at the 3 warning signs of an intense attraction. Remember, we want emotional intimacy. We don't want to just get caught up in the intensity. Intensity and intimacy are different things. Thank you. God bless you. You all have one more one more question, Kay. Okay, let me know. We're here. One more question. One more. All right, what is your question? Thank you, Lisa. You are appreciated too. Thank you for just being here. Thank you for supporting. All right, so I'm waiting on one more question from Kay. And we'll take this one question. Thank you for the lovely hearts. I am sitting in my car on lunch break here. All right. We're waiting on this one question. Anybody else have any questions or feedback? Okay, so they support marriage not being around singles. I don't understand that. I have no clue. I have never heard of that, Kay. I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense. To me, they need to be together for the singles to learn from married people, and for married people to encourage the singles, and for it to be an issue there. That's very strange. That's bizarre to me. I've never had that. I've never heard of that before. I think that's bizarre. I think it's weird. And I think it seems to be a bit dysfunctional. And that somebody's insecure or threatened in some kind of a way. I don't get that. I think marrieds and singles belong together. Now, they have different issues. I think being single positions me. Oh, they're saying that married people should not hang around. I don't think that. I still think that's bad. I do. I feel like they should be together. Married people have to have their own, as couples, they need to spend time together as couples, being together individually to nurture and to support their own marriage. But to be excluded from the single population, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. And I feel like us as singles, in some ways, we do have it better in that we have more of a choice on the front end as to who we get involved in. Once you're married, you can't get married and say, oh, now I think I married the wrong person. You should have figured that out when you were single. That's why the intense attraction is so important. Yes. Why hang around just singles, or why marries? It doesn't make sense. They should be together. You know, in different times, maybe separated because they have different issues. If there's teachings or trainings that only married people need to hear, but for the most part, to be separated from a social perspective makes no sense. Makes no sense. So that's just my 2 cents on that. I don't understand that. Hi there, in his image 111. I like that. God bless you. I was just getting ready to log off, and I see people are coming back on. But please do catch the replay on this. The 3 warning signs of an intense attraction as opposed to an authentic relationship. We want to create and maintain and sustain authentic, healthy, life-affirming, keyword life affirming relationships, not energy sucking, parasitical, hello love, parasitical relationships. Yes, I think that could be it. Nothing in common. It is very silly. We have a lot in common, so I don't understand that. And so go back and catch the top of the replay. You all have a wonderful evening. I plan to be out here Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Definitely go follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Get Real, Be Healed, and on Facebook. Definitely follow me there. Hi there, I cannot make that, Abel and CP. I was just getting ready to log off, so please do catch the replay on this and definitely share and invite your followers. God bless you all. Have a lovely, lovely day. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes.